Hey guys, welcome to this part 2 of Android beginner tutorial series using Kotlin. So in our first tutorial of the series, we did this application and we learned how to make our first application, added a button, and when you click a button, we're able to launch a new activity and pass data to the other activity. So in today's tutorial, we are going to learn how to design a login and register screen, and we are also going to learn how to move from login to register and even from register to login activity. So in part 3, we are going to learn how we can be able to link our activity or our application to our database. We have 3 types of database. We have Firebase, we have Loom database, and finally MySQL. So guys, we are going to start with Firebase. I request you to subscribe so that when I do a Firebase tutorial, you are going to be notified. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add edit text to my design. So I'm going to go to Split or Design. Then I'm going to search edit text or text input layout. Okay, it's not there. Text input. I'm going to add to design. Okay. It's going to download and install. So once installed, let me just remove it so that I can be able to add it well. So I'll have text input layout. I'm going to match parent. I'm going to lab content. I'm going to give it a hint that this is username. I'm using constraint layout, so for me to be able to align it, I'm going to have top of parent, and I'm going to align bottom of parent. I'm going to have start of parent. I'm going to have end of parent. So I'm also going to have edit text here. I'm going to match parent, lab content. I'm going to give it ID, username, and this one I'm going to give it ID, TV username. I'm going to give it margin, start margin 30. I'm going to give it add margin of 30. I'm going to have my hint here. This is username. I'm going to copy this one, paste it here below, and this one I'm going to have TV password. AD password. Hint, I'm going to have password, and should be below. Top of it should be below ID TV username. So I should remove this top of parent, and I'm going to give it a top margin of that. Finally, I'm going to have button, match parent, lab content. I'm going to give it text, login. I'm going to give it background color, color accent. Text color, I'm going to give it white. I'm going to give it margin 30 and should be below. The top should be bottom of TV password. Then I'm going to have a text view here. Lab content. The text I'm going to have is login. I'm going to give it top of parent, and bottom I'm going to give it TV username. I'm going to have start of parent, and end of parent. The size I'm going to give it 16, and color I'm going to give it black, and style I'm going to give it bold. So let me increase this one to 20. 20 still small, 26. So let's run our app and see what we have. So the Gradle is building. We have a problem. Okay. So I need to remove this one. It was from the previous application. Let's run again. So the Gradle build is running. The application is installing. Let's see. Launching. Oh, not sure what happened. Let's see again. Launching activity. Here we are. So you have our login, we have username, and you have password. So let me remove this other username. So this is for username, so I can remove this one. And this one is for password, so let me remove this one. So let's learn again. So launching activity, there we are. We have login, username, and we have password. I'm going to remove this one. So for me to remove it, I'm going to go to my style and say no action bar. Let's see the effect of that. So we have login and password. So if you have a logo, just place it here and replace with this login. So the next thing I'm going to do is validate. So I'm going to give this one button ID button login. So in my main activity, I'm going to have my button dot set on click listener. So the first thing that I'm going to do is toast dot make text. This activity, the message should be clicked, and I'm going to do toast dot length long dot show. So let's learn again. So the application is installing, launching the application. So we have, when I click, we have this one as clicked. So the next thing I'm going to validate is whether the username and the password are provided. So I'm going to have if ed username dot text dot trim dot not null is not empty, all id password dot text dot trim dot is not empty, process the data, else I'm going to show this one. So input required, this one I'm going to say input provided. So let's learn and see. So the app is installing, launching. So when I click input required, if I type, let's see, input provided. But this one we need to have input type to be password. So I'm going to change it to input type password. Let's see the effect of that one. So if I say that one, as you can see now, our password is encrypted. And if I say login, input provided. So the next thing I'm going to do is design our register activity. So I'm going to have new activity. I'm going to have empty. And I'm going to call this one register. So before I do the design, I'm going to have a text view here. Lab content. Then the text should be register and should be bottom of parent and start of parent and end of parent. I'm going to give it padding of 10 and ID I'm going to call it TV register. So when I click this button, it's going to take this edit text, it's going to take me to register activity. I'm going to give it color. I'm going to give it primary color. And I'm going to give it size 16. So in my main activity, I'm going to say my dot set on click listener, and I'm going to start activity. So I'm going to have intent equals to intent, and I'm moving from this activity to register activity class.java. So I'm going to have to start activity intent. So you can have this one as well. So let's see, let's learn our activity. So my application is installing. There we are. So you can see the register. When I click it, we have an empty activity, which is now our register activity. So within the register activity, I'm going to have, let's see, I'm going to copy this one so that you can be able to move faster. And I'm going to paste it here. So I'm going to have username text view username, and this one should be edit text username. Then I'm going to copy this one, and it should be email, and the same thing I'm going to do here is email. Now this one should be top bottom of TV username. Then bottom I'm going to remove. Should should be bottom. The top of it should be wait, we have TV username, so not it's text username. Yes. So the other thing that I'm going to do is copy this one. So we have email, paste it, and have TV password, and this one edit password, and this one should be password, and finally we'll have confirm password. I can say C password, and this one should be confirm password. So text email, so the password should be below the email, and text C password should be below this one. And finally, I'm going to have my button here. Let me just copy this one and paste it here. This one should be button register, and I'm going to give it register, and it should be below this one. And I'm going to have a text below that button, and this one should be login. I'm going to call it TV login, and then I'm going to have this other one, now I'm going to say register, and should be constraint bottom top of text username. So in my register activity, it's here. You can just click control, then click here, and then I'm going to have TV register dot set. Now it should be TV login. Let's see. So I have this one. I want when you click TV login, you can go back to our login activity. Let's set on click listener. So I'm going to have val intent is equals to intent. I'm going to have this. I'm going to go back to my main activity. Then I'm going to have start activity intent. The other thing that I'm going to have is this button register. So set on click listener. I'm going to validate my input if edit text username dot text dot trim dot is not null, is not empty, or edit text email dot text dot is not empty, all edit text, see password dot text dot is not empty, all edit text password dot text dot is not empty. So else I'm going to do a toast. So let me copy this one. Input required. So let's learn and see what we have been able to achieve. So launching activity. Okay, let's learn again. Installing the application. So if I say register, I'm going to register activity. Oh, I need to add scroll view. As you can see, I can't be able to do a click here. So I'm going to have all these. I'm going to lap it to a scroll view. So let me change this one to a scroll view. And I'm going to lap this on a constraint layout. Match parent, match parent. And I'm going to close this one here. So let's learn again and see what we have. So this text is here, should be below. Okay, so we have top and bottom should be of this one. And I'm going to give it top margin of that. Okay, let's see. Learn. So the application is installing. Let's wait. So register. Let's see. Yeah, we have login, register. So let's see whether I'm able to validate this data. Input required. If I type that one, that one, that one, that one. Input provided, but I'm going to change the input type for password. So this one should be input type, text password, and this one should be input type, text password. So let's learn again and see. So the application is installing. Okay, installing the application. Launching. Here we are. So if I type this one, yes. So that's all, guys. We have been able to design both login, register, and move from login to register, and even validate the data. So in the next series, we are going to create dashboard. And when you have the dashboard, we are also going to have our firebase working. So when you register a user, we are going to store the data in the firebase. When the user logs in, we are going to go to the dashboard. So that's all for today. Remember to subscribe for more, and thank you for watching.